I'm old enough to remember when Martin Luther King Jr. Day was made into a federal holiday. That in itself was a struggle, and it's hard to remember now how much of a struggle it was sometimes. That struggle symbolized the forces that try to maintain an unjust status quo. And that struggle to create the holiday itself also symbolized the forces that fight for freedom, that value justice, and that recognize that the most important political wins require leadership, persistence, willingness to shift tactics in changing circumstances, and bringing people together across differences.
The award selection committee was guided by this excerpt from the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech on conquering self-centeredness delivered in Alabama on August the 11th, 1957. An individual has not started living fully until they can rise above the narrow confines of individualistic concerns to the broader concerns of humanity. Every person must decide at some point whether they will walk in the light of creative altruism or in the darkness of destructive selfishness. This is the judgment. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?
Too often when we consider the term audacious or audacity, we are conferring it with negativity. But I will challenge you tonight to consider it in its positive form. Despite obstacles, despite impositions from the opposition, people who forge paths have to do so with audacity. And when we think about audacity, we generally speak it in terms of having a nerve. You got the nerve. I can't believe he had the audacity to say that. But it takes audacious spirit and fortitude to forge paths and tear down barriers to change the world around you. So as we discuss tonight, I want you to consider where in your life have you been audacious? And if you can't find a moment of audacity in your life, I encourage you to create one. And just from the biographies that I was provided, I have learned that these women are on track to become change makers, have already created change, and they are approaching their future with great audacity. So I'd like to start with this tonight in our panel of questions. When talking or envisioning your future, do you believe that it is important to reflect on the past in order to move forward or in a new direction? If so, tell us why. Let's start with Jessica.
Hi, I'm Jessica. Thank you so much for the question. And I do believe that reflecting in the past, what we have done, where we're come from, where our parents come from, and how we're brought up is very important for us to move forward. Looking back to our success and failures, it's very important for us to understand how we dealt with our failures and how we got to the point where we are now is going to help us move forward in our future.
Hello, everyone. My name is Izana Tamrat, a senior political science student here at A&T, and I do believe the past has a lot to do with the future. Personally, I look at my past, I have my passions and my goals, and they are fully fueled by my past. I always want to make my 7-year-old self proud, and just like they said, if you don't acknowledge history, you're bound to repeat it. So I do believe that the past is quite essential to how the future goes.
Hi everyone, my name is Faith Johnson. I'm an honors economics student here at A&T. I also have the pleasure of serving as a OIE ambassador here at A&T. My question is for these panelists is, in the age of social media and every moment being broadcasted and judged by others, how do you all stay in the audacious mindset of MLK, of see something, say something? Whether that being an advocate for others or speaking out against wrongdoings in your community or friends and peers?
Yes, as it's said that there's always a good side and a bad side to a thing, social media has a great side and a very bad side to it. It is said that nowadays, because of social media, fake news spread so much more than the true news does. So it's like it's depending on us educated people to understand what is right, which accounts we're following are right, or what they are giving us, the information is right and wrong. And it's also important for us to really understand and support the right person when it comes to social media and advocating for anything that's happening in social media, because it spreads very fast and it affects one person's life, and it's very important for us to understand the deeper sense of the story and not just judge anyone because of one post that have gotten like 1,000, 100,000 likes. Thank you.
And so Monday morning, when I woke up at 11:30, I realized that it was through the audacity that young people had back in 1994, we were able to observe this day as a federal holiday and a holiday on the campus. I say that to say to you, especially to the students here, I hope that you all understand and appreciate where you are in life right now. Because you are young, you are at your most powerful place in your lives. Because when you are young, you don't accept no. You don't understand no. You challenge no. When you are young, you are invincible. You can do anything, and you can. So I want to encourage all of you to harness that power and harness your own audacity. So whatever imposition society places on you, be audaciously against them. It is audacity that led Dr. King to march through the streets, declaring, "I belong here." It was the audacity that led the A&T 4 to go sit at that lunch counter down at Woolworths. Why? Because I belong here. It doesn't matter what lies ahead. King said, despite what lies ahead, truthfully, something's lying ahead of you right now. There's an obstacle in your way right now. There's a door that's been shut in your face right now. But if you are audacious, you can kick a door down. And I'm of the mind to believe that if I'm audacious enough, I can walk through the door. Harness your audacity.